Hi guys, welcome to Footy Talk episode 5. I'm Karami and I have four special guests with me. It's SERYNA on the with the United JC, and we have Puva, who's quite regular on the show. We have Melvin and also Dave on the show. So this week we're gonna talk about what happened in the Champions League previously and the Europa League. Then, if we still have time, I hope we have time. Then we can cover for the Premier League. So how you guys doing?
Good.
Fine. That's good, good, good.
Very good.
Doing
Five
good.
zero.
Ready to kick things
5-0.
off?
Super fine.
We'll come back to that.
Okay, ready to kick things off?
Yep. Go ahead.
For I think with Real Madrid and Mönchengladbach. I'm sorry. Okay, let's start with Real Madrid and Mönchengladbach. So, Real Madrid has been struggling in the Champions League this season. They lost the first match, I think, right?
Yep. They lost to Shakhtar Donetsk.
Okay, and then they they come back. They scored two late goals in the previous match against Mönchengladbach. Can you, Dave? Are you up for it? Can you talk something about the match?
I couldn't see what is the real issue with the Real Madrid at the moment. Right after the Shakhtar Donetsk game, they had a game with Barcelona. Um, they were impressive against Barcelona, and the return. I mean, the second match of the Champions League. There should be a momentum brought over, but I think probably due to tiredness, or the games are scheduled in a very um, um, the Real Madrid, but they I guess Real Madrid was a bit. I mean, from my point of view, they were a bit sloppy, and I think Gladbach had the chances, and I think it's a good draw for Gladbach, and I mean, we are not sure what is the issue with Real Madrid, because right after the Barcelona win, they should have a kind of momentum into this game, but don't see anything. I don't see any problems with their system, or even with the synchronization of the players. So, um, no, I mean, I feel that there's some. I feel that they should have a kind of a fix, or a kind of rest they need, maybe.
Could be. Do you think it's probably Real is probably having the change of the guard process because Ronaldo left and then Bale left. So I think the squad is a bit young though. What do you think, Melvin?
Madrid. I would say that you are right there with quite a few new players that have been brought in. The front line is having problems. I think there were some stories about Benzema not wanting to pass to Vinicius.
Yeah.
So I think there is the usual old guard and new guard conflict going on. Not sure how exactly Zidane is approaching the matter. I think another big difference on the field is leadership. When
Mm.
Ramos is not there, they don't really seem to have a natural leader to rally the troops. You can see a big difference when Ramos is on the field.
Yeah.
And he commands everyone's respect there. I mean, if you go against Ramos, then you don't have a future in Madrid. Simple as that. I think quite a few players that have departed, kind of like didn't have didn't have them in his good books. I think Dale was one of it.
Yeah.
Uh, they have got quality, that's for sure. I mean, Modric is still doing the job. He just came on the other day before the Champions League and made a big difference. Cruz is still there, but they're integrating a lot of new players. I mean, they brought in a lot of young ones. Rodrigo, Vinicius is still very young.
Yep. Vinicius.
I think they are needing players like Hazard, who's injury prone. Jovic is totally off form since he joined. Um, there's another guy. Who am I missing out? Jovic, Hazard, and there's another guy, right? There's three of them that they
The
brought
last
in.
guy,
Was that again, bro?
the last guy. I don't know whether it's a newcomer.
All right, okay. I think in defense also that they're trying to take out the senior players. They're resting more Marcelo. You don't see Marcelo playing much on left back. So there's a lot of new players being brought in to fill out their positions. It's very similar to what Juve is facing. I mean, Juve is mainly because it's a new manager, but they are pretty much in the same boat. They're bringing a lot of new players to replace the old players, and maybe they're doing it a bit too soon. So if you watch the Madrid game against Gladbach,
Mm.
Gladbach is a very offensive team.
Yep.
The defense is actually weak. They are there for the taking, but again, we had this chat before, playing at home and then again, without the fans, not exactly much of a difference. But yeah, Madrid was on the back foot the entire first half, that was for sure. Gladbach could have scored more goals. I mean, Gladbach
Yes.
is one team that don't really have any star players, to be frank. They are more of a unit, and the
Yep.
advantage of Gladbach is that the team has been playing together for a few years now. So it's a very well-oiled machine. Um, I don't know, man. Madrid, for me, I see them this year same as Juve. They're in a transitionary period. I don't see them winning the La Liga either. I mean, I could be biased being a Barca fan,
Mm.
but I'm just saying that they are doesn't look good for them. I mean, that group. If you look at Madrid, Inter, and you look at Donetsk and Gladbach. I mean, I know it's only been two matches, but it doesn't look good for the Giants. The underdogs are
Yep.
actually punching above their weight.
Yep.
Yep. So Puva, like Melvin said,
What
Madrid
happened to
has
you?
been in the first match. Madrid trailed 3-0 to Lokomotiv Moscow. Was it Spartak Moscow?
No, Shakhtar Donetsk. Shakhtar
Sparta.
Donetsk.
Shakhtar Donetsk.
Shakhtar Donetsk.
Sorry, my bad. Sorry, they were
Yep.
trailing 3-0 to Shakhtar Donetsk, and in the previous game they trailed 2-0 to Mönchengladbach. What does Zidane needs to do to get his team back on track?
No, as Melvin said, we don't really know the real issue with Real Madrid actually. It could be like what Melvin said, the conflict between the newcomers and the senior players, the lack of leadership from the senior players. It could be the reason, but we can say that like someone commented just now, like Real never moved on ever since Ronaldo left. I
Yep.
think Ronaldo left at the right time. He probably knows that Real Madrid is declining and they need time to rebuild again. That's what exactly what's happening right now. And
Mm.
taking the results, the weekend result, weekdays result, 2-2 at Mönchengladbach. I think pretty much everyone actually predicted it's going to be hard for Real Madrid to get a result there because Mönchengladbach is not a easy team to face, especially at their home, with or without fans. Because we know German teams they can they can defend well, they can organize well, they can get a result on their day. They almost got it on the day, but not for the two late goals from Real Madrid. But the real problem with Real Madrid, I don't know, man. I think it could be like what Melvin said. Like the team needs time because the new additions, all of them are quite young. And another problem, I would say that Hazard. Hazard never really turned up ever since he signed for Real Madrid. He never really turned up. Tell me one game that Hazard single-handedly won for Real Madrid ever since he signed for them, or or at least shine, at least shine, at least score, brace, assist, hat-trick, nothing. Man of the match performance for them, I can't recall any.
No, I don't think so.
So
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
right.
I don't
so
think so.
I,
You're right.
so Hazard also a reason why Madrid haven't clicked yet. I won't say Gareth Bale is the reason. Gareth Bale was there. Even Zidane never preferred him in the first 11. He was on the bench for pretty much 60-70% of the season. So Bale isn't an issue.
He did,
Bale isn't a
but
reason.
off the bench, he did won them a few titles.
Yeah.
Yep.
So so with Bale, I think we
I
need to
see where
cover
you're
another
getting at
episode.
with
What's
that
the
one,
issue
bro.
between So yeah, that's my
Okay,
my my take on that.
okay, Serena. Now, Real Madrid is bottom of their group. Just above them is Inter. Shakhtar Donetsk is leading the group. Do you think that both the giants, Inter and Real, are gonna have problems to qualify to the next round?
Most probably, just like how I don't see, like, back to the questions Sena's asking down, right? Is Real a threat anymore in Europe? I don't see that as maybe I would say
No.
United is a threat now. But it's too early to say. But
Let
yeah,
them,
I
let
mean,
them, let them.
no, I was
Let
just kidding. But
them.
what I'm trying to say is, like, I don't see them as a threat as well. So because, like how Pua was explaining as well, right? Just same as Nalvin, right? Maybe because of the transition periods and all that, I still don't see they are still not on the par yet to compete with other teams which are more consistent.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Okay, that's about it for Real. We shall move on to the next match, which is I think we should go to City and Marseille when City won 3-0. So, Puva, do you have anything to say about the match?
To be very honest, I never watched the match, but I saw the highlights. It was all Man City for 90 minutes,
Mm-hmm.
uh,
Yeah.
and they
Oh.
deserved the win. They could have won it. They could have won it by 4 or 5. Um, but before the kickoff, I expected good fight from Marseille actually, but it turned to
Mm-hmm.
be a one-sided game, and Man City were dominant throughout 90 minutes. They were dominant. Uh, but two of the goals that I saw from the match contributed by the mistake by the defense, Martial
Mm-hmm.
defense, lack of focus, and then they gifted 2 goals to them. So mm, we can't say that City uh, were brilliant, absolutely brilliant. We can't say that, but they earned their win. They earned their win, and they have 2 wins in 2 matches now, top of the group. All good for Pep Guardiola.
Pep did say that it was a great performance from his team after the draw against West Ham. So, do you think that finally this season, with the Aguero injury, with Jesus not really playing, do you think that City can at least go deep in the tournament?
I don't get
Melvin,
you. You're
you
asking
don't
whether
hear me?
City can go all the way to win the Champions League?
Yeah, at least go deep in the Champions League tournament. Do you think that City can do that this year?
No, not even this season, not even next season, not even 2, 3 years.
I,
No.
I, I tell you something,
Man
Karami.
City, Man City not gonna win the Champions League. PSG not gonna win the Champions League.
That's a bold
We
statement.
know
But City's
it's going to be
Pep's
Bayern Munich again, most likely. It's going to be Bayern Munich again, most likely.
but Pep's aim
Man
is
City
to win
probably
City.
quarterfinal, semi-final, and SERYNA said just now, yeah, it could be Manchester again.
No, I mean, like, Pep's has to win, because his aim is to win Champions League. So yeah,
Yes.
but whether he's going to win it or not, but that's the target for City now, So yeah.
It's the last chance for Pep, by the way. I think he's leaving end of the
Mm.
season.
Yeah,
Yep.
probably lah. If you never
It's
win this,
going to be
that's
his
it, the
last
end of
Yeah,
season.
his
Pep.
contract is up. Yeah.
Yeah, because I think they are trying to unite him. I was reading somewhere about one of his previous teams. I'm not sure where exactly. I think it's Barcelona. The presidential election is
Yes.
next year, March. I think Victor Font, one of the guys that is running for the chair, is promising to unite Guardiola and Messi again if he wins.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
Okay, so we
probably.
go to
Like,
Dave's team now. Can we go to Dave's team now? Liverpool again, Michelin, where the Reds won 2-0 at home. I think it was hard. It was a hard fought match. It wasn't an easy match. So, Dave, your
Really?
take on that?
it
Huh?
wasn't. It was not a hard fought match, but I think Midtjylland actually played a very good game. They brought the game to Liverpool. Um, so quick game, just 26 minutes or 27 minutes. He has to be taken off. But I think when this young boy, 17 years old, Rice Williams, came on, I think the right word to say that he never set a foot wrong. That could be due to the guidance of Gomez and I think Anderson as well. I mean, even Anderson was off in the game, and in came Milner and it wasn't easy as the scoreline shows. I felt that Midtjylland played an excellent game. They had a few chances to score, but I think Liverpool had a slight edge, taking the chances that they have. So two clean sheets in the European games and top of the table.
Oh, you dropped off, Dave. I didn't hear you.
Pardon?
I didn't hear the last part that you said.
No, I think there's a lot more to come from Liverpool in the European, Champions League this season. So I'm looking forward actually.
Okay. Another injury for Liverpool defense. Fabinho out with a hamstring injury. So I see your face, Puva. What do you think about that?
Just after watched Jurgen Klopp's pre-match interview, he confirmed that he's gonna miss the weekend
Mhm.
match against West Ham and probably few more matches. So I assume he will be back after the international break only. So he's gonna miss the important away trip to Atalanta and Man City. That's a huge one. It's not the right time to lose Fabinho, especially after the Virgil van Dijk. Um, horrible news for Liverpool.
He's still alive, right? Pua, right?
Yeah, he's still
Van Dijk.
alive. Just like how Man City reacted for who's the German midfielder again?
No, because I saw a lot of
Gundogan.
condolences.
Yeah, just like
Which
how
was
Man City reacted for the Gundogan injury, they were shared with the names Gundogan, get well soon. We never reacted like that. We are not dramatic like that. And he was alive. Virgil van Dijk still alive. He will come back stronger. So yeah, wait and see.
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
for
Definitely.
Liverpool. Okay, they are running out of players to play in the centre backs. Uh, how do you guys would think that Klopp would out
I think they have to resolve the. I mean,
settle
Klopp
to
has to look.
solve?
I think Klopp has to look at resolving the issue, whether to play any utility players like Milner or Henderson in the centre back, or just get the young boys resolve the problem. I mean, he just should not just rely on, oh, I don't have a proper centre back. So, I mean, there's a lot of ways to resolve this, and I think in terms of setting up your game plan and then system and how what is the formation you would love to see in the game, and you know you have to gamble. So Klopp has to gamble. And against West Ham this weekend, I mean, it's going to be a gamble if he plays Rice Williams. But I think Rice Williams came on against Midtjylland. As I said, he never set a foot wrong. He played a decent game. So it's going to be another a feature for him. So um, there's no need of panic, or you know it's not long to go to January, so um, the transfer will come in. Um,
Okay. I think we should go to the last match for the Champions League. It's Juve against Barca. So Melvin, since you're a Barca fan, your take on it?
Yeah, that was nice, man. Um, yeah, and I'm also a hardcore AC Milan fan, so it was really
Okay.
nice seeing Juve getting ripped. Um,
Yeah,
So bad.
yeah,
Okay,
but
it's a good
I
one.
gotta say that I mean, hey, come on, man! Huge heads off to Pirlo. It's not easy to step up to such a position so quickly. I mean, he was only meant to be managing the under 23, and
yep.
based on whatever happened, the fallout within Sari and the board, I mean, it's huge respect to him. I think in the long run, the guy will do well. I think Pirlo has the charisma. They're already calling him, in the same mold as Pep. He's very pragmatic. He knows how to rally the players. He has the player support. But again, that's another team that has brought in quite a few new players. And again, the front line. I mean, their back line is solid. I mean, Chiellini was not playing, if I'm not mistaken, against Barca.
Mm.
So that was a loss. But again, their front line is suffering. They're actually finding it hard scoring goals, to be frank. That's their biggest problem right now. They've pinned their hope a lot on Kulusevich and Bernadeschi. And they also brought in Chiesa last minute at the end of the transfer window. So they're bringing in a lot of new players and they're trying to accommodate Morata and Dybala in the same team. And they're finding it hard because they don't actually go along well, the playing style. And Morata, in all honesty, I don't get it. I really don't get it. Like, why did they bring Morata back to Juve? Like, that guy is soft. I mean, in the Serie A, Morata, I mean, yeah, I know the three disallowed goals. And in all fairness, yes, one out of the three should have not been an offside.
Mm-hmm.
But again, that was all in the first half mostly. And then the second half, it was all Barca all the way. And Koeman is doing a great job. I was really glad to see him being appointed as a manager. I know he didn't do well in some of the other teams that he managed. I think, was it Everton? Was one of it that didn't work out, Valencia. But he's a disciplinarian and he's trying to bring the Dutch ethos back into Barca that they used to be proud of in the early 90s. He's trying to cultivate that Dutch discipline
Yep.
uh,
Yeah.
and he's trying to bring Dutch players, obviously. Griezmann, I mean, the vote is still out there. I mean, they played very fluidly, very well. But at the same time, I think they're also thinking ahead about how to build a team without Messi.
Mm.
So I think they're moving in the right direction in knowing that in about a year or two, Messi is not going to be the same Messi anymore. He's he's not someone that you can depend completely on. So they're trying to build their midfield and their leadership. I mean, even PK is offered to walk away from the team.
Mm-hmm.
Said it's time for young players to step up. So they're trying to find the fulcrum. Where is it that the foundation of this new Barca is going to be? So they are also in a transitionary period, but it's helped with having Coleman there, getting things right quick. Dembele seems to be finally doing a bit more of what's asked of him. It's good to
Mm-hmm.
see him trying to score goals. Ansu Fati has been a revelation. I mean, we saw glimpses of it last season, and this season he's really stepping up. Like I said, I've never really been a fan of Griezmann. He's a, I don't know, never really saw him to be a Barca kind of player. I think the whole Bartomeu era went down the drains mainly because of Abidal. Lots of wrong
Mm.
transfers. I mean, big money on Griezmann, Dembele. I don't know if it was even necessary to sign the. I mean, Coutinho. I mean, like they signed him for such a huge money and they kept loaning him out. I mean, now yes, Koeman is trying to build the team around Coutinho, but he's injured again. Coutinho
Mm.
actually has got quite a bad injury track record. He gets away with it because he performs when he's around, but his injury record, niggling injuries, is actually quite expensive. So that's something we got to be worried, especially with Dembele also having the same issues. Defensively, I think Barcelona is kind of like steadier now. They are able to cope without Piqué in the first team. So Langlet is doing a good job. Ter Stegen has been committed to a new long-term contract. I think the future leader for them is going to be Frankie de Jong. I
Hmm.
see him to be the guy that Coleman is going to make to be the next captain or vice captain. Like he's going to be the guy that is going to pull strings from deep in midfield.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to agree with you about Ansu Fati. Ansu Fati has been a revelation. He has been performing superbly out of this world. Okay, thanks, Melvin. I think that covers up
And
our
also,
Champions
also
League.
Karami,
Oh,
maybe I can just add on as well. The president of Barca resigned. You know, I
okay.
always say this, that no player is better than the club, but Messi has proved me wrong.
Mm-hmm.
He's really bigger than the club. Really,
Yeah,
that was
yeah,
amazing, you know, because of Messi. Yeah,
yeah. He actually made it.
Yeah, about
Actually,
Messi though, but he hasn't been performing that well though this season, Messi.
yeah, but like I said, the resignation, you know, it seems because Messi is resigning, as so Messi is wanted to leave, right? So he resigned because he's scared of Messi leaving. That
Not
really,
really. Not
No, no,
really.
no.
That
Okay,
wasn't
yeah,
the
yeah.
real reason. The media spun it very well to make it look like it, but no, that
oh,
was
it's
Okay,
not
media talk. Okay, okay,
media talk. Yeah.
yeah,
okay.
There's way more things
okay. That
going in the
that.
background compared to what
yeah.
newspapers say.
All right. Okay, I think we should go to the Premier League segment now. Okay, what do we have, Senna, for this week for the matches?
We have first game
In
Wolves versus Crystal Palace.
Okay, Wolves. That's this morning at 4. Serena, what do you think about the match? Who's going to win?
Hmm. Okay, for this match, I'm going for Crystal Palace to win 1-0. Crystal
Hmm.
Palace won against Fulham last week, right? But I think Fulham is beatable team now, so I wouldn't say it's really big deal.
Hmm.
But also for Wolves, they draw against Newcastle right last week, so I
Yep.
think it's gonna be a good game. So, but still, I'm going for a narrow win lah. I think Zaha would be in the scoring.
It's a bit obvious
Uh,
why you're choosing Palace, right?
yeah.
She's
Touche.
giving the calling card.
Touche.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wolves 2-1.
Okay.
Wolves 2-1, man.
Uh,
Wolves gonna win 2-1.
2-1. Yeah, I'm
Oh,
I'm
okay.
I'm with Wolves as well, though. I'm with Wolves as well.
Jimenez is gonna score. My Mexican brother is gonna bang one in. Don't worry about it. He's on form.
Okay.
Raul Jimenez. Yeah, I'm gonna go for Wolverhampton as well.
Okay, well,
Palace
Puba,
will
for the
bang
second
one
match.
in. Both games as well.
Okay,
Both teams
Wolves.
as
Yeah,
well.
that's 3-1 against you, Serena. So
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I don't believe in the odd. Maybe, you know, just surprise you.
okay, to the second match, it's Sheffield hosting Manchester City. Okay, Puva, your take on it?
Oh, this is
Man
be
City
tough.
gonna win this.
Easily.
I won't say easily, but Sheffield have a good uh, fight. I would say good, a very good fight to Liverpool last week.
Yep.
Um,
Yes. Yes.
but
Correct.
but I think Man City would be too good for them.
Two
I would
zero.
I
True,
would
true.
say
2-0, I think.
2-0 or 3-1.
That was my prediction when City West Ham, though. But we know what happened. So okay, that's your take on it. I'm hoping for an upset for Sheffield United. So the third match is Burnley against Chelsea. This should be an easy one. Dave.
I think the takeover should come earlier if they could spend money, buy players.
Lame ass
It's
man.
it's on the card. Chelsea is right on the form, and they have they. I mean, I said that it could take them some time to get to gel together and then synchronize. But I mean, these players. I mean, the the, the class of the players that they have, so they have synced well, and I think this is on the card. It's Chelsea, but
Werner.
but
Mandy was
See,
good though. Mandy was good. based on
Yep,
the last
Eduardo
season.
Mendy
Mendy.
is superb. Mendy has been superb.
Mendy was good.
Timo Werner and Kai Havertz has been playing well as well. Ben Chilwell has been playing well. So I think
I,
Chelsea has.
Actually, they fixed their defense by bringing in Rudiger.
Yeah, I
Mhm,
think myself and Puwa, we have said that they could find. I mean, it will be hard for them to find the feet together and then synchronize. But I think they have proved everyone just wrong. So I think this is have no bad day at the office. So it's Burnley's day.
mhm, mhm. You might be right. Ooh, look at that. Vinod say Burnley is going to steal a 1-0 victory. I hope you're right, Vinod.
Not this match, not this match.
Okay, to the next match is Liverpool against West Ham. Melvin, I don't to the Liverpool fans. So Melvin, you take this one.
Um, yeah, we're gonna concede one goal. Come on, let's admit that. I mean, West Ham. I mean, Antonio is out.
Melvin, Antonio is out. Melvin.
Yeah, I know, and Antonio is out, but they do have a lot of talented attacking players.
Yeah, yeah.
They
Yeah.
have depth on the bench with attacking players. I mean, Yamalenko, Heller, these guys have been very
Lanzini,
fun in the League Cup. So it's just a matter of unleashing them. I mean, Lanzini has been performing. So the attack looks good. I mean, their defense, as usual, is going to be
Mhm,
suspect as much as ours is. So it's going to be a all-out attacking game. But then again, it's Fortress Anfield. I foresee Salah scoring. I mean, he loves scoring
mhm,
in Anfield.
mhm.
I know as much as I'm a Firmino fanboy, Bobby, but nah, man, I actually feel he needs a rest. I actually feel he needs a rest. Probably, I mean, Jota is playing very well. Looks ready-made money replacement. So it's going to be a Liverpool win, and I'm saying 3-1.
3-1.
Wow.
3-1.
Shayna is just getting crazy about the score line.
Yeah, he always go crazy when it comes to Liverpool. But I love
Pua,
Liverpool
your friend
form.
is your friend is just on high.
no,
Our
I
friend
think
is just
both Vinod and Sana very high today. Both of them.
Five now.
I think it's the full moon effect. Full moon effect. The wolf is coming.
Okay,
I'm
to the
going.
we
next. Okay, Serena. Yes, yeah, you have
Sorry,
something to
sorry.
say.
No, I'm going for a draw for this match. Probably
Obviously,
2-2.
obviously. Why would he need? Right.
No, we're not,
No,
it's
no.
not even
I mean,
surprising.
seriously,
Not
seriously. It's
surprising
about
at all.
rivalry.
Surprising at all.
Not surprising at
yeah.
all.
No, because no, because
Why
no, okay,
wouldn't it be a draw?
out of
Anyways,
rivalry
right?
lah.
Why
Because
wouldn't it be a
Hammers actually play quite well against top teams, So with the injuries that Liverpool's having now, right? So
Mhm.
that's why I said I'm going for 2-2. So means both are still going to score, but then I think it's just gonna be just draw for it. Like, I think both going to give a good fight. Yeah.
Why not
So
just come out and say it's going to be a West Ham win?
No,
Just
no, Serena. I
do it
watched
and
the
bring it to
equalizer of Lanzini, and I know why you're
Mm.
coming out with the result.
okay, yeah.
All right.
I'm with
Okay.
Melvin on this. I'm going for 3-1 Liverpool win as well. I believe
Yeah.
that we're going to concede. I believe that we're going to concede. I don't know whether it's going due to our defensive error or due to the people in charge of VAR. I don't know about that, but we're going to concede the goal. We're
VAR.
going to concede the goal.
Okay.
No,
So
no, they're actually right. I mean, VR has just taken away the joy, when players are able to celebrate a goal. But I think, like Pua said, if there's no problem with the VAR or the officials, it'll be a Liverpool win.
Okay. One of the Liverpool.
and I believe that Liverpool's record at Anfield will continue.
Yep.
I think
But let's
Anfield
not
is already a fortress.
forget this is a
Anfield is
footballing.
already a fortress.
Okay. One of the Liverpool fans said that the Reds are going to have a 1-1 draw at
See,
Anfield. So shout out to Sharil. Sharil
exactly right.
Zambrino.
It's all
Yeah.
about rivalry, right? It's all about
No,
rivalry,
it's not.
right?
We're
Hey,
talking about facts. So
I think it's based on the and I mean Antonio been part of their improvement at the moment. But I think without him, I mean, there'll be a huge task for Moyes and the boys. I mean, West Ham
Definitely,
to
Correct.
carry out.
definitely. Okay, the next match is Serena. You can take this. Aston Villa against Southampton. Okay, we know that
Wow.
Villa lost 3-0 to Leeds last week,
Mm.
but the previous match where Villa won quite handsomely against I can't
Yes.
remember which team. I can't remember which team. So what are your take on this?
Yeah.
They won.
Yeah, that's the things about Premier League this season. Every match is unpredictable. Like really, even when we lost 6-1, that particular team who lost was making fun of it. So then after that, they lost 7-2. That was really surprising. So, but for this match, Aston
You don't
Villa
look
versus
very
Soto.
surprised though.
But it was a really great relief kind of session for us. After like you went for a depression and then someone like give you a light or
Glad
something like
glad
that.
to be of service, to entertain you all. It's been a while,
How cheap are cheap shots these days?
Yep, yep. Pretty
Okay, so
cheap.
for me, both teams are actually on form. So Aston Villa and Sotong, right? So for me, it's a bit difficult for me to predict this actually, but I'm gonna go for draw or narrow win for Sotong. Either a draw or
Um,
narrow win for Sotong.
mhm.
Mm.
And Southampton, Danny Ings has been on form for Southampton. So Puva, do you think he'll going to score again this weekend?
Danny,
Danny Ings, a former Liverpool
yeah, I
player.
hope so. I hope so because I have him in the fantasy team, so I really hope so.
Yeah,
He
my
will score.
goodness.
That is just the reason. That's
He's
the
just
main reason.
hoping.
He's
He's
in
just
your.
hoping that he scores because he has in the fantasy league.
It
Yeah, I
always
have
like that.
Danny, I have Jimenez, so I really hope both of them score this week. But this, I mean, uh, talking on this game, Villa Southampton is tricky, man. Like what you guys say that Aston Villa wrecked Liverpool and then they lost to Leeds
Yeah.
convincingly. So I'm not sure about Aston Villa's form actually. I don't know whether it's like the first four wins is just a fluke or what. I don't know, but they were impressive. Really, they were impressive. Let's be real. But the question is whether they can be consistent or not. They can be consistent or not. The new signings are very impressive. Barkley is a good signing, and the centre forward from uh, Bamford, if not mistaken, Bradford is
Mm.
impressive. So they made good signings, Aston Villa, but looking back at what happened against Leeds United, they were terrible, especially second half. It
Yeah.
was all
Correct.
Leeds United. They could have scored 4, 5, 6 easily, and at home at Villa Park. And this game at Villa Park, I can't say Villa like they have a home advantage. They're gonna beat Southampton. I can't say that because like how the league is going on now, it's weird, man. It's like you can't say who's gonna win the league, who's very impressive, who's most consistent. You can't pick one team. Who's
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
defensively solid, who is offensively
2020 is just
like.
madness.
Yep.
So
So what
it,
is
it is
what
it is a weird season. But I would go for Southampton 2-1.
you go for Southampton 2-1? Okay.
Yeah.
Dave, you go with
Yeah,
Southampton as well.
I'm good. I'm gonna be a bit odd here. I'm gonna go for a draw.
Draw.
Yeah, 2-2 draw.
Yeah.
What about you,
Same.
Melvin?
Draw 2-2.
Yeah. It's either draw or narrow
Okay.
win
So to our Darwin for
for
who, Serena?
Southampton. Yeah.
Okay,
Newcastle.
got it. So our next match is Newcastle against Everton. Everton is surprisingly leading the league this season, although they lost last week. So is Ancelotti doing really well with Everton, or is this just an early season symptom for Everton? Any of you can take this one.
I'll volunteer for that one.
Okay, go for it.
Go for it.
Oh, come on, man. I'm a big fan of Ancelotti, dude. He's a AC Milan legend as a player and as a manager. So hats off to that guy. Everton has been able to bring in players like James, because of him. He's the magnet there. But again, they are going to get found out. They're going to get found out. It's just a matter of time. The team is playing well, but Richarlison is out. He has been the guy that's been leading the line. Sigurdsson has
Yes,
been on the
correct.
bench for a long time. So finally, they're bringing him back into the team. So I'm not sure if he's going to kick into gear immediately. Allen from Napoli, nah, man, I've never been a fan of that guy either, even in Napoli. But yeah, because Ancelotti used him in Napoli, so he's comfortable having him around. He's a guy waiting for a red card. I would say that. A matter of time for him to get a red card.
Yes, yes.
Their defense again, they're going to be without Digne as well.
Yes.
So that's going to be they're not
Yeah.
having two main players, Richarlison and Digne. So again, man, that's the big ask. I don't know. Could be a draw, or I'm thinking Everton might just lose this one. This could be the match that they get found out.
Could be, could be.
I'm
But
going for
I'm
Toffees to win 2-1 for this.
yeah, I'm rooting with Ancelotti. I'm going with Ancelotti as well. I think he can do something in this match to keep them at the top of the league. So you guys, who do you think will win? Puva.
If to say this, but I think I'll go for Everton because I have followed all the Newcastle matches this season. They've been crap, to be very honest. The football they play is absolutely championship level of football.
Yeah.
Steve Bruce football never really entertaining. I mean, Newcastle deserves to play like how Brighton play football. Yes, Brighton not getting the result they deserve, but
Root A
Brighton actually play certain type of football, brand of football that good to watch. I mean, that's how it should be played, right? That's how it
Yeah.
should be played. You should attack more. You should be direct. You should have a free flowing football. With Newcastle, I can't see that at all.
Hmm.
Um, I remember they did first West Ham to 2-0 at the first match, and everyone
Yeah.
thought, oh, Newcastle is back. But they have made good signing in Wilson, uh, Jamal at left back, and the Burnley guy in the midfield. They said, oh, Steve Bruce has done a good job in transfer market, blah blah blah. But no, the football remains the same. Um, Long ball, boring football. Like what happened against Wolverhampton on Monday. So, yes, on Monday,
Mm.
they relied on a set piece to actually equalize. Apart from that, they did nothing the whole match. It
Yeah.
was a great escape for them to earn a 1 point away to Wolverhampton. So I don't think the luck will go on and continue to help them. So I go with Ancelotti. I think this type of match will would suit Everton, um, whether they play with or without Ames Rodriguez. I don't know whether Ames Rodriguez will be playing or not. No,
he's
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 out.
50-50. You're gonna wait for match fitness right before the game. Highly
I
unlikely.
don't believe
Yeah,
Ancelotti.
he
I
look
don't believe Ancelotti on this. I don't believe it.
he
When he was
Most
25%, he said he could play. Last week he said Van Dijk almost ended his season. He said, and then we see him starting the game. I'm not gonna believe Ancelotti. I love him. I respect him, but I'm not gonna believe him.
Fair enough.
really a draw,
but he
bro.
looked tired though. He looked tired.
Yes, like Everton rely too much on him. I think everything go passive. Like every single move. Like
Yeah.
he's the focal point of Everton's attack. So yeah, we have to see whether he's gonna start or not. But I think with or without him, I think Everton will win this match. I think they
But I
have
think
players like Sigurdsson. I think they have players like Sigurdsson to come in. Um, so yeah, probably 1-0 Everton.
the I think Everton is probably going to change their gameplay a bit when Sigurdsson is finally fit, though, Puva.
Yes,
So I think that
yeah,
will
yeah,
ease off the burden from James.
yeah.
Okay, so we go to the match of the week this week. So Serena, you have to take this one because it's United against Arsenal. And
Oh,
since United won handsomely in the Champions League, 5-0 against Leipzig. So, how do you think they are going to fare against Arsenal?
Okay, for this match, right? You know, the last time when we won against PSG, I was confident enough we're gonna thrash Chelsea, and it doesn't happen.
Okay.
So this is the same exact week where we beat Leipzig. So what's going to happen against Arsenal? Are we going to have another upset this result as well?
Mm-hmm.
So I was really like looking forward into, okay, for me, first thing is Ole need to finalize his lineup first. If you're going to put the same lineup against Chelsea, then we have to expect the same result as well. But if you're going to put same tactical match against Leipzig, yes, we can see a win for us. Plus, also for Arsenal, Abu Mayang quite out of form for now. I see currently he's out of form, and also Lacazette is not really in the score sheet as well. So, but it's a classical match between these two teams, so it could be surprise results coming in. But of course, as a United fan, I have to be really selfish, and I'm going to tell you that United is going to win this. But I'm going for 2-1, one own goal, and one penalty.
That
So
honesty,
No,
bro.
basically,
That honesty,
no.
bro.
we score
Penalty from
the
a
own.
bar, though. Penalty
The
from a bar.
honesty, yes, Pua is
Yes.
The
right.
honesty.
Yeah,
The
The
because if
honesty.
I
honesty.
didn't, David, if I never mentioned this, who are gonna talk about this? Sena gonna talk about this. So yeah, it's better. I just tell straightforward. It's gonna be a penalty. It's gonna be an own goal also maybe. Yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
Karami is not going to be another A2, but believe me,
Yeah.
No,
I
no.
just, I'm not a United fan, and I don't keep the rivalry kind of thing because, it's no longer in my diary. So, when I watched the game, United and Leipzig, I found that he finally found a formula to win, and
Correct.
a formula coming out of I mean, what do you call, a bang on lineup, and getting the players into the right position, into the natural position that they are comfortable to in many groups, and speaking to some of the United fans, the momentum. If they can carry the same momentum and the players could gel into this maybe new system. I mean, I think Ole have not used this diamond system before. He probably have tried and failed, but it worked with Leipzig. But if they can carry out the momentum and they can keep the discipline of the system and the formation itself, uh, I think this match could be easily won by United. But I think going back to Arsenal, they just won a Europa League game in the midweek. I mean, probably tired, coming back to this match, and they have to travel again. And I believe that Arsenal is just not being the Arsenal that I've seen in the first 2 or 3 matches. That if he gets the lineup right, and I mean, the players could adopt the momentum from the Leipzig game, and they will get a 3 points at the end of the day. I don't think there will be a penalty. It'll be a clean game. Um, I mean, to be very honest, I don't think there will be a penalty. So probably 2-0 United.
Okay, Melvin. Dave said that so Ole needs to get his first 11 right for his lineup right. So I think United's problem, their main problem is the midfield. They have too many midfielders in the squad. So
So
which 3 or 4 midfielders do you think that is best for United for this match? Which 3 players, which 3 or 4 midfielders that you think is best to start for United for the match against Arsenal, Melvin?
Um, I would I would certainly not start with Pogba. If Bruno
Mm-hmm.
is starting, then not Pogba. If Bruno is being benched, then Pogba. So it depends. I don't know how they're going to get the best of both of them together. But yeah, if Bruno is starting, then I wouldn't start with Pogba. Defensive mid-wise, Fred is doing above average. He's finally there. He's there as a box-to-box as a DM. I always favored Matic, but I can say for the Premier League, he's become too slow. So that's why you can see him performing in the Champions League. He's always quality. It's just the speed. He's slowed down a lot since his Chelsea days.
Yep.
So against the Arsenal midfield that's young and exuberant, I wouldn't start with Matic. So Fred for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, yeah,
We
I
were.
mean, I'm being neutral. I mean, if I studied up for them and lose it, yeah, sure, man. Um, but yeah, attacking wise, yeah, it's just them and Greenwood, uh, Rashford. I mean, it's a good mix there. I mean, when I say forwards and midfield for United right now, it's a good mix. It's not really out and out strikers. It's forwards, attacking midfielders. So you can really rotate that around for the diamond between who
Yep.
plays as a false nine or who can play as a decoy. So it's good. And the only thing is always, like you saw before, the hangover after a Champions League match. Um,
Yep.
and
Yep.
yeah, so I don't know. I mean, like as much, yeah, it was at home, but I would just say that Arsenal are no pushovers either. They got a stability.
Yep.
They're there, and Arteta, he's always going to put one over Arsenal. Sorry, against United after following the legacy of Wenger. So there's always some deep-rooted 8-2 hurt still there, scar still open.
Mm.
So I don't know, man. Somehow or other, I feel United might just inch this one.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
might just inch. Yeah.
Thank you, Melvin. Thank you.
I mean,
Okay.
honestly,
Serena, you'll get
football
the last
fan.
one. Serena, you get the last one. Next Puva. I think we've talked about this in the group. We had the discussion. United always, I mean, Ole always manages his team well when he's facing a more on par opponent or superior opponent who loves to attack rather than sit back. And Ole always struggle against a team who always sits back and waiting for United to attack. So, do you think that the win against Leipzig is any indication that United will be back to the to be one of the main powerhouse in the Premier League?
The last time we all thought that United will be there is when they beat Paris Saint-Germain last season, and
Mm-hmm.
we all know what happened after that.
Yeah.
Um, so I'm not gonna get carried away, or I wanna tell to United fans that don't get carried away because the problem with Man United under uh, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is the consistency, and I think we can't measure based on the championship results. I think in the past it happened. Paris became their hunting ground. I mean, even if they got drawn with the man Paris Saint-Germain again next season, they're gonna go there and win again. So um, uh, we can't buy that. But I think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer himself realized that when he sees a better team on the pitch, on the paper, and he knows that defensively his team is not good enough because he himself knows that the likes of Maguire, the likes of Lindelof isn't good enough to tackle on the best of Premier League, the fast players especially. We have seen it in the last season itself. How the speed wingers, especially. Sorry.
No, no, carry on, carry on.
Okay. So I see some rival fans criticized how Ole Gunnar Solskjaer set up his team, especially against Paris Saint-Germain when we go with a 5-3-2 formation. I think five at the back. I thought it was a good one because he knows that Paris Saint-Germain has the likes of Neymar, Mbappe, who gonna attack their full patch for 90 minutes. And I think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer got it right. And I think Wan Bissaka was brilliant on the match, and Swansea was brilliant on the match. They both pocketed both Neymar and Mbappe on the match. The problem is when they leave that match and go to the next one, and the formation change. the formation change and everything will be changed. Like you see the midweek game against RB Leipzig, they go with 4-1-2-1-2. Like two, I mean, diamond in the midfield with Matic as a defensive midfielder and Van de Beek as the attacking midfielder, Pogba on the left, Fred on the right. It worked, but as Malvin said, I don't know whether OGS will stick with Matic against Arsenal or not. So that's the problem. I don't think he will stick with Matic. So probably Fred will go back again to the defensive midfield, and probably the diamond will not be used this weekend. So
Yep.
Fernandez and Pogba, or probably Fernandez and who else? They have too many midfielders, man. Fred, yes, Fred and Fernandez will be playing.
Right.
If Pogba will be benched. So this is the issue with. So this is the issue. I see neutral, like watching football. We know that each player playing really well. For me, Fred been playing very well for some time. Not only this season. Since the end of last season, since the restart of last season itself, he's been playing very well. So I believe that every single match, Fred actually deserves a start. Pogba, I don't know, man. Certain games he is unplayable. Certain games, the problem with him is you can't give a defensive responsibility
Duty.
to him.
Yeah.
Yes, the defensive responsibility and duty, as Karim mentioned. That's why he flourished at Juventus because he had Pirlo at the back to do all the defensive job, dirty job at the back. At United, I think preseason. I think the preseason prediction. I said United need a centre back and also a world class defensive midfielder.
Yep.
But
They
they bought
certainly need a.
a defender. They bought the most expensive defender.
That's a mistake. That's a mistake.
And we make him as a captain somehow.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's a mistake.
What else? What else you all want? Only
Maguire was a mistake.
on behalf of him. What else you all want?
Maguire was
Yeah.
a mistake. But I think moving forward next season, the summer, for them, priority should be world class defensive midfielder. They can go to the likes of I don't know. I don't know who has available now in the world football. A world class defensive midfielder. I don't know whether Varity from Paris Saint-Germain is the same player like we used to know. I'm not sure about that. In the Premier League itself, we can say like Jose Mourinho this season, he actually bought that Southampton defensive midfielder, the Denmark player. It was a very good buy. Very good buy and very cheap. It was a bargain for me, if you ask me. So United actually, not necessarily you have to splash money on like 50, 60 million. Like you can look around in the league, in your own league, like how Jose Mourinho spotted that Danish midfielder, Osberg. So yeah, that's how it is. So for me, why United actually can convincingly beat RB Leipzig, like I have to be honest, like we all have to be honest, when the draw was made, it was group of death. All of a sudden, it looks like United gonna win the group because they have a double header against the Turkey champions, which probably they will get at least 4 points out of the two games. At Old Trafford, they probably will back them. Go to Istanbul, probably they will get a draw. 4 points is enough for them to guarantee the qualification for the second round. So end of the day, it's not a group of death at all, like how we all thought.
Yep.
Hey, you know
So
something interesting about Istanbul Basaksehir? Did you all notice the players that are there? Martin Skrtel, Rafael, and Demba Ba are playing together in
yes,
Basaksehir.
yeah, they are.
It's going to be interesting watching those players against you, man.
What are the odds, right?
What are the odds, right?
So to answer
Okay.
Karim's question, whether United is back or not,
Yeah.
no, I think they need few more wins in the bound. They need. It could have been a perfect week for them. They beat Paris Saint-Germain. They drew with Chelsea. They beat RB Leipzig. If they had beaten Chelsea, which they should have won, they were the better
Yep.
team. Chelsea defended well, and
we
they
should
had
have
Mendy at the
won,
back.
but only because of Mendy. Mendy was tremendously good.
Mandy
we had
was
a lot of chances.
absolutely magnificent. Yeah.
He was a lot. We had a lot of chances that because of Mendy. I wish Kepa was playing, but yeah, too bad.
So United fans, some of them were like flashing ODS. Why never brought in Van de Beek? Why this? Why that? So this is the problem here. That when you have options, I mean, couple of options in the midfield, and we don't know how to put the right way, right
Yes,
formation,
correct.
and make
That's what
them
he meant.
gel. I think this is the problem with them. Defensively, it's always been the same. They like look back. How many games actually United lost this season? I think only two, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Only two. So the Spurs game I won't count because it was a red card. And if it's not for the red card, I don't think it would have been 6-1. They probably would have lost the game, but
But
don't
not
tell me
6-1.
6-1.
Yeah. Yeah,
So don't
not
tell me
6-1.
6-1. So I'll take that out. But first
It
game
was
against
the
the season opener
Palace.
against Crystal Palace, Palace.
Yeah.
Palace slowly becoming the boogie team, man. So I don't gonna
Yeah.
count that. Apart from that, they had pretty much good results actually. So I won't
Quite
say that
okay.
United in
Yeah.
crisis, not something like that. I'm stick to my early prediction that United are gonna finish second in the league. I think they're still gonna do that. Still can do that. Yes, Melvin, you have
Wow.
to believe me. I actually predicted Man United to finish second.
Yeah. No, actually, Pua, maybe I can add on this, right? After the match against Chelsea, Ole did say this. It's easier to choose who to play, but it's more difficult to choose who not to play. You know, that is because everybody is questioning him about Van de Beek starting up and all this, you know. So what you see really makes sense and it's really right, you know, the right players, you know, to put the right players in and all that, you know. So yeah, it's
Yeah.
not
And
easy to
Okay.
as for the weekend game, I'm going for Man United win because no matter
Man
what we
United
talk
win.
about Arsenal, season after season, every time they go to Old Trafford, they crumble. Every time they go to Old Trafford, they have pretty bad record at Old Trafford, just like Liverpool at Old Trafford. So I go for 2-1 or 2-0 United victory. I think at the moment they have the momentum to take on Arsenal and win.
Pua, I already said in the
Ah,
beginning also, Arsenal is going to focus on your FA Cup. Okay.
And another thing is, look at
Arsenal being
Arsenal
Arsenal.
and look at yes, Arsenal being Arsenal. Look at this season. We said even myself said they're going to finish top four, which they still can do that. Obviously, it's only 7 games. It's going to be 7 games into the season. But look at already the result. They travel to Anfield, they lost. They travel to Etihad, they lost. Their record against the top six clubs for the last 3 years been terrible. They never won on the road. They never won on the
One thing
road.
is for sure, man. Pep and Arteta are going to have a very long call tonight. Preparing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, Serena. Last question for you. Final question.
How
Man of we are going to talk about man of the moment off and on the pitch. It's Marcus Rashford. Off the bench, scored a hat trick. Off the pitch, feeding kids. So is he going to continue his magic against Arsenal? Serena?
Okay, actually, I didn't hear your question much because
Okay.
it's like buffering. But the
Okay.
question is
The
Rashford is man of the
the
match, right?
the, the question is, can
Yeah.
Rashford continue his magic against Arsenal this weekend?
Oh, continue. Okay. Yeah, I mean, what led man? Seriously, he's on and off pitch. You know, he's doing a lot of good things out of the pitch. You know, and I remember one of my friends from UK was saying that our president is scoring in and off of the pitch. You know, so he's definitely a young lad, promising player, a great player. Whether he's going to do magic or not only for Arsenal match, I think for all the all remaining match as well. I've never doubted him at all. So I think he's going to continue his magic. And right, for me, it's a great play that we have actually made from the academy as well. So I'm really proud. So I'm going to go for yes. He is a magic.
Melvin, do you have anything to add on that?
I would give all the heads off for Rashford. I mean, I am extremely proud at what he's doing off the field. Very noble. I mean, the entire UK politically is in a huge mess. I think a lot of countries are actually in a huge mess, and the UK
Yeah.
especially with Brexit. And the North has always been second choice to the South in terms of funding from the government for obvious reasons. And even more so because Boris being the ex-mayor of London, so priority is always given to the South. And the North is one of the worst hit by COVID. I have a lot of people on the ground in both Liverpool and Manchester. Actually, I have a lot of people that I know, friends in Manchester. My business partner is in Manchester, so I hear a lot of things every day, and it's bad. It's bad. Winter is coming in hard, and winter is going to be around for a while till at least February, March, and the next 3 to 4 months is going to be. I've been there at the peak of winter. I've been there October, November, December, January, February, March, and I can tell you, even up to middle of March, it's cold, man. My heart goes out to a lot of people on the streets not having food. We're talking basic necessities here. That's food. So, there are a lot of efforts being done by a lot of different clubs. Liverpool is doing it, Newcastle is doing it. But for one person to come out there, Rashford, and put his head out there and saying that, hey, come on. And looking at his age, man, the guy is young.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
true.
it's sad that I don't see other players doing it, especially senior players or ex-players making the initiative to come out. And heads off to a guy who's so young to come out and take the stance, take the stand saying that he wants to make a difference. And these people are privileged. Footballers are getting paid 6 figures a week, man.
Yeah,
Um,
true.
so I'm just appalled to see why there's no. Clubs doing it right. They make millions. But what about the players? There needs to be more players coming out, joining the effort. I'm sure there are a lot of people doing it anonymously that don't want the recognition. So heads off to them as well. But we need more Marcus Rashfords outside there to come out in times of need
Yeah.
like this and to make a difference with all the money that they make. And seriously, it's really courageous, and I'm glad to see him getting an MBE for it. But it's shame on the government. Giving him an MBE doesn't solve anything. It's bad enough that I think it's adding salt to wound. You give the guy an MBE, but you don't actually give the money that they need. I was part of following the negotiation between the South and the North, and the North was asking for like 95 mil, and at the end of the day, they brought it down to like 25 mil, man. Like, 4 people supposed to get fed. Now only one fella is going to get the food. So it's really bad. It's really bad. So, I know friends that have been reaching out, a lot of people in Manchester. Personally, a lot of Man United friends who are very close friends of mine, by the way. We were trying to get some guys to chip in money over here to buy scarves from this guy that sells scarves outside Old Trafford, by the way. So, in every small way we can reach out, to help out as much as we can to a lot of people outside there that, people involved in the football industry. I know people who used to scalp tickets and now they're jobless because there's no more tickets to sell, man. So it's bad. So really, really say heads off to Rashford, man. This guy is making a difference. And to see him do well on the field as well, yeah, as much as it's for United, but being a football fan first, like really heads off to this guy. Yeah, he deserves the recognition.
Okay, this is actually a good topic now. The question is: should Marcus Rashford stay with United, or should he leave for not to not waste his peak years? What do you
I
guys
think
think?
we bring the question in the next episode, man. Let's leave him in the high here. Come on,
A short, simple answer, please. Yes or no? What do
No,
you think?
dude.
I don't think he should
Come
leave.
on,
I don't
man.
think.
No, no,
No.
Okay, Serena, I
no.
already know your answer without you
Definitely, he
answering.
has
So,
to be in United.
Puva, do you think he should leave?
But the question is, if the right offer comes in.
Yeah.
No, I think he will stay at United. I think he will stay at United. He's only 22. He's only 22 now. Even if he decided to leave, I think it will be when he was 27 or 28 like that. Probably he will think if United manage to win the title that they should win, like the league title, the FA Cup, the Champions League. If they manage to do that, Rashford will be there.
Foreseeable future, he's going to stick around.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. But he's
Okay.
already a legend. I think he's already a legend off the pitch. On the pitch, I would say it's not the magic yet. Not yet the magic. So, but off the pitch is already. I mean, it's Rashford MBE, you see. So respect for him. And as Andy Robertson said, that he's going to be the first player to get standing ovation at Anfield once the fans back to the stadium. For
Mm-hmm.
sure, the Liverpool fans will applaud him because we have done a lot to the kids in Liverpool as well. So respect to him.
Okay, so
For
back to the match. Oh, sorry, go on, Dave.
I mean, for a young lad like Rashford to come out and coming out with such a great hearted, giving out foods, and this has to be an example to the world. I mean, not only for football players. I mean, to the humanity. I mean, this is for everyone. This is just not for football players, or it's just not for football itself. I mean, everyone should follow. I mean, he is just an example for everyone. And I mean, coming back to the question again, whether he's magic or not. I mean, it's before. I'm not quite sure about that, but from what I read, that this is his first hat trick. I mean, um, if, like I said, if they could get in the right joint, I mean, like a formation or system, or kind of game plan they have, I mean, it could be a magic in coming years. And I mean, congratulations to Rashford. I mean, for the humanity that he showed to the children. So um, I think he should stay in United.
Yeah.
So there's no way. I mean, I can question him that whether when there's a right offer comes in, but I think he'll be there.
Okay, my final question to all of you. So we agree that United is going to win this.
Yeah, Karami, I think we can move on from United topic already. All of them are so
No, this is
bored.
this is the last one. This is the
Which
last one.
one?
So United going to win against
Yeah,
Arsenal?
is getting worried. He said he's getting worried.
Yeah,
These guys are being nice. Let's keep it there. Let's finish it.
yeah. I
Yes,
believe Man United.
No,
Man
yes.
United
seriously.
gonna beat.
Okay, United will win. Melvin.
I've already said it, man. You guys are gonna inch it, but then again, could be a draw. I'm gonna go like for betting we say home or draw, man. Home or draw.
Okay, Dave. United win.
Yep, United win 2-0.
Okay, hopefully all y'all are right, and hopefully Serena will enjoy the weekend if United wins. So I think that's about wrap it up for this episode, guys. Thank you for being on the show. Hopefully we'll get to see you again on the next episode. And happy weekend. Enjoy football. Stay safe. Stay at home. And see you next
Ciao,
time. Ciao.
ciao.
Oh.